Can you imagine skipping all the content a game has to offer and going straight to the last boss? Or making oodles and poodles of cash within seconds in any economy-based game? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are games where you can do that, but I'm also pretty sure you're not supposed to, because progression is a thing used to not only pace you as the player, so that you don't skip 80 hours of game time, but also to give you an experience and not a tension, headache, and carpal tunnel. Too bad in Cosmo's industry, I don't have that kind of thing. Or at least I didn't until recently. And let me tell you about it. So sit your inattentive ass down, watch this haste gameplay in the background, and listen. Progression in Cosmo's industry comes in two forms. First is the progression in crafting. You unlock recipes as you go along, and later on using cash. That sweet, sweet green. Moolah. Money. Hello. I like money. The items right now are separated into 4 levels, with a 5th one coming probably before launch. And I made it like this to pace you, because springing 80 random recipes at you all at once, as a new player who doesn't know what's going on, is a little brutal and disorienting, and can get a little overwhelming. Which is why I also categorized all the items into 5 groups. The groups are materials, miscellaneous, metalwork, mechanical, and electronics. So you can search in the recipe book by category. I won't spoil the unlocking conditions of each level, because that's fun gameplay shit and I'm not gonna waste it, so let's get into buying progression. The other way to acquire any item in the game is buying. The problem is, those items cost money, and in the beginning you won't have enough to purchase any of the items on level 3 or 4, even if they were offered. But then again, when the offer is made by a customer, it's a little weird to see items you've never even heard of before, and it can also crowd the first slots of whatever's offered to you by the customer. Thus, I'm making it so that you need to sell for a certain amount of money to get offered higher level stuff. You know, every time you want to buy, you also can sell. And if you want to buy anything high level, you gotta sell for a lot of money, which is only achievable by higher level items. But then again, if you had a bigger chest, you could also achieve this without unlocking higher level items. And so I also want to lock those high level items behind some kind of progression. See, now when buying and selling, the items won't be categorized into 5 groups, but 10. Why make it more complicated? Easy. When crafting, price doesn't really play a role, but when you're buying and selling, price is a bigger factor. And so why not separate these 5 layers I had before into 2 levels each? And unlike before, where it's separated based on how hard or easy it is to craft, or how needed it is for unlocking rooms and other miscellaneous tasks, these categories will be almost only based on prices. Those two do correlate, but not directly and not always. So let's check out that huge difference it'll make. Well, before, as you can see as a new player, buying items before the change is very likely to cause you a fucking aneurysm before completing a transaction with all the high level items and shit. What the fuck is this? Okay, but now look at this. Beautiful, clean. What the fuck? I'm sure you get the picture now. Of course, this is only progression when it comes to items, and there is more progression to Cosmo's industry, but I've already talked about that a lot. It's the rooms. The rooms that you unlock a little later on, using items that you craft once you unlock them. I won't be directly talking about room progression right now, but if you do want to hear more about it, you can either watch these videos, this one more specifically, or my mid-trick fuckdown of shorts, or let me know that I'm mental landfill, or any other of these insults, and that I haven't told you enough about the rooms. Anyway, let me know in the comments, and wishlist Cosmo's industry on Steam. Thanks for watching.